What's up, you guys? Your favorite YouTuber is back. Yeah, okay, that's probably not true. I'm probably not your favorite YouTuber, but that's okay. I'm back with another video here in August because, guys, something has come up a few times over the last little bit that I think is really important for us to talk about. And I wanted to do it as a video because I know not all of you can make it to all of the park hangouts that we've been doing. And I also want to turn this into a bit of a challenge for us, and I'll explain that in a bit. But here's what's happened, okay? In the last little bit, in just the last couple of weeks, I've had two times where students of ours, they were actually both, so they've graduated now, but both former students in our youth group have come to me and told me that they've had some sort of experience where a friend of theirs has basically asked a question that was an opportunity for them to share the gospel. Okay, so the first one happened a few weeks ago, and it was actually, so this former student of ours follows this person on Instagram, and this person literally posted on Instagram and said, hey, what is the meaning of life? What happens after we die? I really want to know what people think about this. Which is really cool. That's a free opportunity to share the gospel. And so this former student reached out, kind of shared some of their testimony, reached out to me and asked for some advice on what to say. And that's been kind of an ongoing conversation now that they're having with this person. And then even just this last week, another former student who's graduated now was like, hey, I have this friend who wants to know if God is real, who's kind of asking God to reveal himself if he exists. What do I say? How do I talk to this person? So that's two instances where this sounds kind of like a weird way to say it, but it was like a freebie. Okay, it's like a free opportunity where they didn't have to do any work previously, but now they have this opportunity to share the gospel. And so here's where the challenge comes in, okay? I want you guys to think about, what would you say? It could be all sorts of different questions, right? Maybe someone comes up to you and they're like, hey, I know you're a Christian. How come? Tell me why. Or someone who's like, I really am struggling. I don't know if there's any hope for me in this life. Or, questions like, does God exist? Or what happens after we die? Those kind of real questions that people might ask where you have an opportunity to share the gospel. What would you say? Do you think you could do it? I know it's super intimidating when we think about it, to share that kind of stuff. But guys, as followers of Christ, we need to be prepared to be able to share the gospel. I would even say we need to be good at sharing the gospel. And how do you get good at something? You practice, right? Practice makes perfect. You've probably heard that phrase before, whether it's learning how to play an instrument or a sport or how to paint or build stuff, right? The more you do it, the better you get at it. Practice makes perfect. And so I want to give you guys an opportunity to practice, okay? Here's what we're going to do. This is what I want you to try, okay? Let's pretend that I am your friend. Okay, hopefully you shouldn't have to pretend that I'm your friend. But let's pretend that I am your friend and I have just, let's go with the what happens after you die. I have just either asked you or posted on social media somewhere. I said, hey, guys, I really want to know what happens after we die. I need some hope and some encouragement. I'm struggling, that kind of thing, right? I've put that out there, and I want you guys to respond to me. I want you to act as though, I'm literally that friend who was just asked this question, and this is your opportunity to practice what you would say by contacting me. So whether you want to do it on, however you usually talk to me, email, text, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is, reach out to me, treat it like it's a real, conversation with a friend, and try to share the gospel with me. Now, I know that it's intimidating to do this with anyone. I know it might be intimidating to even practice with me. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to be harsh with you, okay? I'm going to do my best to play that role and to have that conversation with you. And then afterwards, we can look at it, okay? We can kind of evaluate it together, see where you might be able to improve a little bit, or maybe you'll do a fantastic job, and I'll be like, great, you should have a lot of confidence when a real opportunity for this comes up, because you got it, okay? There might be, some elements of the gospel where I'm like, you missed this part, let's make sure we include it, that kind of stuff. We'll just go through it together. But guys, I'm not gonna like be harsh with you or anything like that. I'll try to, play that role as best I can, but I think it's a great opportunity for us to practice something that it's really important that we're good at. I hope that makes sense. I think Jesus really, he has called us to make disciples, and part of that, one of the most important parts of that is being able to share the gospel. Now, a reminder with that, okay? This is just going to be like a role-playing, a pretend scenario for practice. If you ever really get that opportunity, I want to remind you, it is not your job to change that person's heart, okay? That job is God's. God is the one who changes hearts. He's the one who calls people to himself. But it is our job to be faithful in sharing the gospel. Okay, it's clear that Jesus says that. He says, go and make disciples. Part of that is sharing the gospel. And so it is something, again, like I said, that we should be good at. And so to get good at it, let's practice. Okay, so make the most of this opportunity. Reach out to me as if I'm that person who has given you this opportunity to share the gospel. Practice it. We'll look at it. We'll get better at it. And hopefully those opportunities will come for us like they have for these 2 former students of ours. And for them, I know that the conversation is ongoing. It usually takes some time. But we're called to be faithful in doing that. Okay, so here's your opportunity. Here's your challenge. Reach out to me after you watch this video, or whenever you're ready. You can think about it a little bit if you'd like to. And just try to share the gospel with me. And we'll see what happens. Okay? Look forward to hearing from you.